What is the worst piece of clothing or wardrobe you've ever had to wear on a project?
Probably not any clothes.
Great answer. You know, most gangster pictures are fictitious. And of course, this is a true life story. And anytime you have one man who's the most notorious criminal in one city and his brother's the most powerful politician in that same city, and then you throw in the fact that their childhood friend is the ascending the ranks of the FBI and giving a man, this particular criminal, a license to kill. It's really too compelling to pass up.
How come no one has nailed Whitey Bulger? He seems to be involved in every crime in the city, and yet the Bureau keeps saying he's clean.
Well, what's Bulger done?
It really is one of those things that if it was a story written by a screenwriter purely out of the imagination, I think you'd almost get booted out of the, booted out of the studio. Life is stranger than fiction.
Boom!
You know, when you're playing someone who's based off of a real-life character, you can either obsess over being as similar to that real-life person as possible, or just knowing that there's like a common humanity in any given situation, and the best thing to do is get in touch with yourself, and you'll honor them by doing that.
In the beginning, Jim was a small-town player.
There's something about working with Johnny Depp that would surprise people or surprised you.
Just how seamlessly he could slip back and forth into such an intimidating, complex
Did he stay in character, or did he kind of become himself?
I mean, it was, you'd have to ask him, but it seemed like some version, but it wasn't a constant.
Well, he wasn't like killing people between scenes. So.
No.
Okay, that's good.
You changing, John. It's Jimmy Bulger that's changing you.
I've been a fan of his since 21 Jump Street, so I've known that face for like many, many years. I've studied it, exactly. And the day we filmed that scene, it was just the two of us. We were in this dark sound stage, and he said, "Action," I opened the door, and there's Whitey Bulger. As much as I thought I knew that person and I would see some version of him in there, I saw none of that. And it is all the exterior, but it's also just what he brings, just the energy, charisma. It was just like electric, yeah.
I was impressed by how much he just loves acting. He really worked as an actor, first and foremost, and not as a star, and I was very impressed with that.
What's the secret to nailing the Boston accent?
Well, it is a difficult accent to do, and it is one of the most judged accents, and you definitely feel a responsibility. But then when you obsess about it, you realize that there's pockets of different Boston accents. So if you have to figure out what how that plays in with your character, so it's all quite terrifying.